Hi, this is Geoff Welch with This Tiny Empire, and I am here today with my friend Lorna Shaw, who is sort of lovingly referred to as a super connector in our community. She will be completely humble and will diffuse all of the praise that I have for her. But Lorna, I want to talk to you about being a good connector. So you are the External Affairs Manager at Sumitomo Metal Mining Pogo. Did I get that
It's a
right?
long
Yeah,
it's a long name,
it's
but
a little
that's us.
complicated.
Pogo Mine, which is it's an underground gold mine between Fairbanks and Delta Junction.
Yeah, and you're a past board chair for the Chamber of Commerce. Like I can't list it all because you've done everything that you can do. You are about to be. You've already been named, but you're about to have a very exciting honor of being named the UAF School of Management's Business Leader of the Year, and that's very exciting. So you are somebody who, because of your amazingness, you have a fairly significant amount of influence, whether you choose to call it that or not, and you know every person. But you are the least full of yourself person that knows every person that I've ever met, and you have this knack for saying, who are the people that I know that may play well together, and putting people together. Um, why do you think that you're wired that well? Why do you think you're good at that?
So, I mean, I think I'm playing into your trap here, Jeff. You give me too much credit. You really do. I get involved in a lot of things because it's fun.
Hmm.
I get asked to serve on different boards and be part of things, and I want to do it.
Hmm.
My daughter would agree with you that I do know a lot of people because she sells Girl Scout cookies to a lot of people. I don't sell Girl Scout cookies, she does, but then I
Hmm.
have to deliver them. Um, you know, Fairbanks is an amazing community, and I feel lucky to be here.
Hmm.
And it's been about 20 years that I've been in Fairbanks, and um, when I got here, people were very welcoming, and I want it to be that way for everyone else. I want there to be opportunities. I don't. I guess anybody can get you a job or anybody can make a connection for you, but it's your responsibility to prove that you're worth it or to keep the job if that's the case.
Hmm.
Introducing people in my world is not a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
there's some great people out there doing great things, and they should know about each other.
Hmm.
Speaking of, expect a few subscribers to your Sunday, 60-second Sundays.
Well,
I was
thank you.
talking about that quite a bit this week.
Thank you. That's amazing. Okay, so it seems to be the kind of thing for you that you're so close to it and it's so natural for you that you don't get how important it is. Would you agree that there are some people that are afraid of connecting their friends and fear that they may be the one left out of the circle? Can you see
You
that
know,
that is something that some people would be sort of reluctant to do?
I mean, maybe, but I
Hmm.
guess I live in Lorna Land, and it's a fabulous place where everything's always happy. And I guess I don't like to think of people as being
Yeah,
that selfish. I think that when it comes to connecting people, it just may not occur to people.
yeah.
Um, but I don't really like to assign villainous motives,
All
even
right.
though I guess
Fair enough.
they could be there in some
Yeah.
cases.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, yes, there certainly are villainous motives that pop up. Maybe not in Lorna Land, but I think in some cases it's just insecurity. It's just the idea that um, if I let my connections out, if I don't hold them close to the vest, I may sort of lose control of them, and I don't have that sort of knowledge is power kind of idea.
That does exist.
Hmm.
But I think that I guess it depends on which part of the picture you're looking at. If
Hmm.
you're looking at, hey, this is a fabulous idea, I want to see it happen. There's no possible way that I have the time to do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Who can do it?
Hmm.
I think that's the perspective that you need to come from. If you're looking at it and saying, yes, this is a fabulous idea, and I want it all attributed to me,
Hmm.
good luck.
Yeah,
No, nobody has that much time.
yeah. It's a pretty narrow scope.
Um, I think the projects, the boards, the things that I get involved in, most of the time it's somebody else's fabulous idea. And if there's a piece I can play to help,
Hmm.
I want to.
Yeah,
Occasionally, I do have an accidental flash of brilliance. And boy, I love it when I can find somebody else to actually do it
yeah,
because there's just not enough time.
yeah. So I'm trying to reach for the next question without putting you on the spot with something you're not prepared for. But um, So I talk a lot about building a life that matters, and I really believe that being a connector is a significant way to do that. And while you would say, "Oh, it's just what I do. It's simple. It's not. I don't think about it. I just do it." I think that that is the kind of thing that when Lorna Shaw is dead and gone, there are going to be a lot of people who say, "You know what? This happened in my career, or I know these people that I really value because of Lorna Shaw." And so I'm not trying to make you feel awkward, but would you agree that being that kind of person for someone else, if you were putting your arm around somebody else and saying, you know what, here's why connecting people matters, would you agree that there is really a long range opportunity to impact people's lives by the people that you can share with them?
I completely agree. And I look at the people who have helped me.
Yeah.
I think I have a fabulous job. I have a fabulous life. I lead a charmed life, and I'm grateful for that.
Hmm.
And I can't say, gee, I did it all myself. I've been the recipient
Yeah.
of a lot of amazing people who have stepped in and said, hey, you might want to consider this.
Hmm.
And I think, generally my philosophy tends to be, find out what's behind the door before you close it. Um, and I tend to say yes and then figure out how the heck are we going to make this
Yeah.
work. But, I look back, I worked as a legislative staffer for 7 or 8 years down in Juneau, worked for 1 year in DC, and then I've been in mining for the last long time. And, when I was a legislative staffer, that was completely accidental.
Hmm.
I did not mean to even get into politics. We had a family friend who was running for office, and he needed some help. And,
Yeah.
I was an 18-year-old that I had time on my hands, so I helped him out. And, I helped him go door to door. I stood on street corners and I waved signs. And, I didn't know the first thing about politics, but I was helping a family friend.
Hmm.
And what that led to was a telephone call saying, hey, we've got a job that might fit you.
Yeah.
And my first inclination was, are you kidding me? No. I'm busy. I'm going to school. I've got other things to do.
Yeah.
Thanks for thinking of me, but forget this, pal. And I talked to that family friend. He actually didn't win that seat, but I talked to that family friend. He said, this is something worth considering, and I did. Talked to my mom. I think I told you the story before. I borrowed a dress from my mother and some high heels and tried to walk in them and had to quick make up a resume, and I went down and had this job interview, and it was a fabulous job, and that was kind of the start. Being a fourth-generation Alaskan not only gives me bragging rights, but what that gives me is a mom and a dad who grew up in Anchorage, a grandmother who was born in Anchorage,
Hmm.
and the ability to kind of figure out who people are, where they fit, what they've done, and access to a lot of history that some people may not
Yeah.
have.
I really appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk with me, and I am looking forward to a few more collisions as our time here in Fairbanks proceeds.
So I know you're wrapping up, but I
Yeah.
do have to say that I think you're incredible, Geoff, in what you're doing. You are connecting people, but it's so much bigger than that, because I think the follow-up piece that you have with the Thank You Fairbanks program, and frankly, just the passion that you have, is even stronger. So thank you for what you're doing.
Okay, so now I know how that feels, and it's awkward. You're right. I apologize for doing it to you now. Thank you very much, Lorna. I really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Bye.